This is the 3-shot king of the boops, aka the Tier 7 Blitz Nation Collector Heavy, the Annihilator. This is considered to be one of Wargaming's most overpowered Tier 7s for the fact that its gun shoots 3 shells at once, and if you're able to hit all 3 of them, you'll be able to deal an average of about 600 damage, which is absolutely insane. So if we go ahead and take a look at the stats of the vehicle, you can see the front of its turret is upwards of 200, and the front of its hull is upwards of 115. And this is what the armor profile of this beast looks like. The majority of the turret is going to be an auto ricochet, running standard ammunition upwards of 170 millimeters, having upwards of 240 to 230 most cases. There's a little bit of the underside of the turret right here, along with the full-on upper plate right here. That is going to be an auto ricochet as well. Some of it is 181 space, and more of it is going to be upwards of 284. The rest of the upper plate right over here on some of the little spots that occur right here are going to be auto pens, upwards of 150 in most cases, and then the full-on lower plate will be upwards of 100 to 101. You also get a hatch on the roof. It's also going to be a very tricky hit in order to try to overmatch it, having upwards of 148. This vehicle also carries 8 degrees of gun depression, and it will make much of a difference against standard ammunition, as it will thicken the upper plate now to about 209 to 202 millimeters thick, and also the turret as well, upwards of about 220 to 225 plus, anywhere along those lines. When running premium ammunition against 231 millimeters, it doesn't really make much of a difference for the turret, but there are some spots to where that you can overmatch, like the roof right here, upwards of 205, and then 2 cheeks tend to open up right here that are upwards of 205 to 206 in most cases. Moving over to the side of the vehicle, the side of the turret is upwards of 80 to 81, and then the full-on side is 87 to 84. And then making our way towards the rear, the back of the turret is 120. There's a bit of some troll spots that occur on the back of the turret too, including the flat part of the engine deck right here. And the full-on rear is also upwards of 52. With HEs of about 49 millimeters, it's going to be pretty hard to try to cut through the back of this thing. Along with that, this vehicle carries 2,653 damage per minute with a 13.58 second reload time and 0.33 seconds in between shell interclips. And for the average penetration, 184 on the standard, 231 on the premium, that is very solid, and 49 on the high explosive, combined as well with the average damage being of 210 on the standard, 180 on the premium, and 250 on the high explosive, combined as well with a 3.8 second aiming time with 0.362 dispersion. And then for maneuverability, the tank goes at a top speed of 35 with a reverse of 15 and a power to weight of 12.2 while at it. You don't see tanks with a triple shot mechanic in any shape or form whatsoever. But when it comes to the Annihilator, it's where it usually tends to become extremely overpowered. If you are able to hit all 3 shells all at once and then go boop, 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 which is why I consider it to be the king of the boops, then your enemies are going to be having the hardest day of their lives, and their game is pretty much going to be over, considering that the majority of their hit points are taken out. This is why a lot of people have made rumors as well that this vehicle should be a tier 8 for the amount of armor that it carries for a tier 7, along with that triple shooting gun that it carries as well, because it hits so hard. And speaking of that, a lot of tier 8s that end up going against this thing, surprisingly enough, cannot really exceed the limits to that of something this ridiculous in terms of that. So anyways, we're just going to be going into our first game right here and see how we can do. We're just going to be waiting a little longer in queue than we expected to be. Kind of a little crazy that the queue system took about 2.5 minutes in order to find a battle for me, which is kind of ridiculous. But anyways, we finally made it into our first battle, and it looks like it's a tier 7 battle and tier 6 battle at that, so let's see what they got in terms of their heavies. A T-29, they have an ARL, and a VK-3601, interestingly enough. Alright, so I'm going to make my way over here, see what I can spot maybe trying to cross. That would possibly be the good explanation to what we have going for us. So we're just going to mosey on right over here. Maybe we could spot somebody beyond crossing the homes right there. Already got one of their meds spotted, which is the P-43. Alright, we're just going to wait it out just a little bit. I got some support. My E-10's coming on in. That's not necessarily ideal. But anyways, we got the T-29. It looks like that we could spot him off in the back. So we're just going to maneuver around right over here. And then we're going to get him some boops. And a boop, boop, boop. And there you go. 569 already into the T29. You can see the triple shot is pretty solid. You can dump out like extremely high rolls, varying on how many shells that you even... I mean, if you still hit like 2 or maybe 1 out of your 3 shells, it's still going to do a pretty solid chunk of damage one way or another. So, looks like all the enemies are just sitting on back over here. So now it's going to give me the mere advantage to go and move on upwards a little bit. You also have very solid bits of gun depression as well. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. 408. I did manage to hit 2 shells, and one of them ended up bouncing. Still, very solid rolls when you're not able to hit all shells into your enemies. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on upwards. We got the Hellcat right over here, and it looks like he's screwed. So there we go. Nice clear into you. All right. We got the Wi-Fi Firefly that looks like he's going to try to tunnel my E10 at that. Alright, and it looks like all the enemies are going after my E10, which is kind of crazy, but let's go ahead and mosey our way right beyond the T29 over here, and let's go ahead and get a finishing boop into him. There we go. Nice clear into the T29 at that. Alright, so we're going to mosey on down over here to the last 2 enemies over here, the VK36 and the ARL. I'm going to go ahead and clear this ARL real quick. Or if my E10, I'm even surprised that he's not even dead yet. Okay, well, boop, boop, boop. There we go. There's a nice solid chunker. 656 for all 3 shells. And that's a pretty solid demonstration to start off with, showing you that whether or not you hit all of your shells or whether or not that you do hit all of your shells, you're still going to get some very solid rolls. And as a matter of fact, you can trade with the majority of tier 7s that have the hard-hitting guns, like a KV3, for example. Some tier 8s at that, too, which is actually kind of crazy in terms of that as well. So we did do 2,209 damage, we did kill 2 in the process, and we did top on the team. Let's go ahead and get into our second battle and see how we can fare well in this hard-hitting beast. Alright, so here we are. Let's see. It looks like they have another Annihilator with them. They have a KV2 and a 45 TP. Okay, so let's see how we can fare well in this one. Let's go ahead and maybe plant ourselves towards the right side, maybe? I think that would be the best possible explanation. Oh, never mind. T29's clearly blocking my view, so I guess I'm going middle. With my silencer, see if we can try to peck off some vehicles off in the back. I do gotta mention as well that accuracy from a distance is where this thing can become lackluster, especially with the triple shot when all 3 of your shells are firing at once. Maybe 1 out of the 3, if you're lucky enough, would hit. But full dispersion on this thing, it's not really necessarily that ideal to hit vehicles at a distance. Oh, interesting. Alright, well, we got the 43 TP off in the back. Well, we did hit 2 of the 3 shells and still did 457, which is very solid. Alright, we still got the 45 TP off in the back, so we're just going to wait right here. We're going to activate our APCRs. Alright, he's not spotted off in the back no more. Maybe he might be once again. Yep, there he is. Alright. Unfortunately, not able to get another tap into him. We got the enemy Annihilator, so let's get boop, boop, boop. 623. All 3 shells hit that time. Another very solid demonstration to where the triple shot mechanic is highly beneficial at times for when it wants to work. So anyways, 45 gets cleared. That is very good. Alright, let's see. Is this little stinker going to poke on out again? I'm just going to wait right here for him to maybe make another dire mispoke. Or we also got the T20 over there. There he is. Alright. Alright, well, we did get 217 into him, and he did end up hitting us once as well. Up here comes the T20 at that, so we're just going to mosey on over towards him. And he bounces me, which is unfortunate upon his behalf, so let's go ahead and mosey on behind him. We can get some AGs into his rear. Well, 204. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out as expected, but that's totally fine. 204 for AGs is actually not that bad either. It means that I could still trade with this guy one way or another, so I think this guy's trying to maneuver around my T29 just because he wants to use him as a protective shield to prevent me from trying to get any more further hits into him, but that simply was not the case, and he did get cleared. Alright, so we got a couple more enemies off of the side. It looks like we have an MT25. There's their Annihilator once again. Not really concerned about him at the moment. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey onward over towards here. Oh, we also got the KV2 off of the side. It looks like that he's running the ZIS gun. Alright, so we're going to mosey onward towards him. And we're going to get a triple boop into him. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. 605 into you. Even if that KV2 was running the derp gun, we still would have out-traded him in terms of our triple shot mechanic, which is kind of funny enough. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get the finishing boops into the KV2. Beautiful. Alright, and it looks like we got some of their enemies off towards the back right there. And that MT-25 is pecking us off in the process, and I don't know how we got those 2 hits on me. So, we also got the Type 62. Let's get a boop into you. Let's get 2 boops and finish you off at that, and now all that's left are these 3 enemies right over here, and this little MT-25 is a little pest at the moment. So we're just going to reload once again. We're going to see if we can try to bait this guy maybe. Alright, so it looks like that he is going to mosey on back. Let's see if he does. Well, unfortunately, he clears one of my guys. So let's see. The MT-25, don't really know where he's at the moment. But we also got our T-34. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, at least we got the clear into him. Alright, we should be able to win this game now that we're the only ones left. So, the Annihilator's coming on through. We're just going to wait to reload once again. So 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go ahead and get the finishing boops into you. Beautiful. Alright, and then let's use our maneuverability to mosey onward towards this MT-25 right over here. I don't even know if this enemy is going to try to escape off in the back in the process. But we're just going to give him a little bit of a surprise while at that. Alright, so I don't really know necessarily what he wants to do. But in that matter, in case if he tries to escape maybe this way, I'm just going to go ahead and go on over here. Alright, let's see where this little pest is hiding. Oh, there he is. He is going to try to escape the other direction, which is crazy enough. Alright, so I guess the only other option that we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to mosey on over towards this far side right over here. And I do assume that he is going to run all the way around wide, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and try to cut him off. Alright, because the only way that that guy can win is if he can try to outsmart me and count this as a draw. So anyways, let's see if this little pest is going to continue moving on upwards over here. Maybe. Alright, let's see, we're going to cut this guy off right over here. I don't really know where he's at the moment, so So, interesting. He did not end up coming this way. So, let's see if we can plant ourselves in maybe right along over here in case if we spot him. Somewhere along those lines. Or maybe I can get the base while at it. So, alright. So I'm just going to go right on into the base right over here. Up there he is. Alright. And I am spotted at that. Alright. So let's see. This little stinker, I don't know if he is going to continue moseying on up towards me. But we're just going to go chill right here in the base while at it. And then we're just going to wait right here and see how things go. Okay, I see how it is. Oh my gosh, Wargaming. Thank you so much for screwing me. Holy smokes. Alright, well, now I think I should have a chance to finish this guy off now, so let's go ahead and use our maneuverability. Oh, buddy, you are not going to escape me, aren't you? No, you are not, good sir. Come here, you little stink munchkin. Let's go ahead and, oh my gosh, this guy is so lucky. Wow. He ended up tying. I'm not even surprised. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. My gun depression just screwed me right there, unfortunately enough. But, holy cow, we just did really well that game. 36-08, we blocked 226-15. And we got a first class at that, killing 5. And, of course, doing top on the team. This guy was a little wussrow at it. Yep, he's a 45%er, so I got to give him a luck for that. Crazy. So, let's go ahead and get on into our third game then and see how we can fare well. That is very unfortunate. And that is the downside of not having maneuverability, because sometimes those little pests love to overmatch like other people in terms of that. So, that's just how annoying they can be. So, let's see what they got. They have a T-77. It looks like it's a Tier 8 battle this time. VK-100 and another Annihilator at that. Alright. So, let's see how we get farewell. Alright, here we go. We got a TSL-7 on our team, so let's hope for the best to see how our team can fare well. And it looks like we got 2 AFKs already. Our IS-3 decided to want to come alive. What about our TSL? I guess he's AFK. Well, if we lose this game, I don't care. So, let's see. Let's poke on over the ridge right over here. Let's see what we can spot. Well, there's their T-77. What else do they got, like, off in the back? Interestingly, nobody over here. Alright. Oh, and our TSL-7 finally came alive. Crazy. Alright. Oh, there's a Tiger 1 over here. Well, I clearly missed him. So, let's see. Come here, Tiger. I know you want to, good sir. Come here, you little stinker. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on towards the Tiger and get boop, boop, boop. 3 quick boops for 657. There we go. Very solid start at that. Alright. T-77 gets cleared. That's really good. Alright. And now we got a AMX pushing on upwards behind us. I have no idea what this guy is thinking on doing. So let's go ahead and get boop, boop, boop. Oh, unfortunately, 71 damage. We love to see it, Wargaming. Thank you so much for that. Alright. Well, this player is screwed. He really doesn't have any escape routes or anything along those lines. So, alright, let's go ahead and get a finishing boop into you. Alright, come here, you good sir. Boop, boop. There you go. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey on upward towards the remainder of a few enemies. I did think that I was going to be a loss, but unfortunately I was mistaken at that, so probably not going to get as much damage as our team is just straight up annihilating these guys, which is crazy. Alright, well, at least we did get 1 boop for, 3 boops, I should say, for 600 damage. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey onward towards the Annihilator over here. Maybe we could spot him. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, yes. Come here, Mr. Annihilator. And let's go ahead and get boop, boop, boop. Wow, 413. We actually ended up bouncing once. Okay, well, that's totally fine. Well, Annihilator did get the clear into one of our guys, and he's dead. Alright. Alright. Too many dead soldiers over here. Okay, BZ, I see how it is, bro. I am not going to get any more damage here as this player just screwed me. So, just moseying on forward. There's a VK, and there's the RHM off in the back. I would be even surprised if I could get a single or a triple boop at that into one of these guys. Very much, I doubt it. Or, I doubt it in that regard, so here we go. Jeez, it's taken forever. This thing on ridgelines is not very necessarily the best in maneuverability. I'm assuming that's the same for the BZ. But unfortunately, we collided into one another as we were trying to cross the hill right there. Oh, we actually might be able to get some taps into these enemies. Our team is just a little bunch of wusses, like this IS-3, for example, as he's like full armor, not going in. Yep, there's another tank of ours cleared. Wow, what a bunch of wusses. That is crazy. Well, at least he gets cleared. Alright, let's go ahead and move on towards the VK-100. Hello, VK. Let's get boop, boop, boop. There's 416 out of your vehicle. Alright, let's go ahead and reload once again. Maybe we can get some more taps. We can basically just farm this guy to however much we want because our team is not penning him at all, which is kind of crazy. So, boop, boop, boop. There's 552 out of you. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue reloading once again. Alright, IS, you don't have to freaking block me, you son of a bitch. God damn it, bro. You are so dumb. Alright, let's go ahead and... Alright, I'm moseying on upwards for you. Yep, that's a stock IS-3 at that, too, so that's not necessarily ideal. Alright, let's go ahead and... Let's get boop, boop, boop. Alright, well, we only penned 1 shot, which is alright. And it did say that it was a guaranteed pen in the turret. I am loving how our team is not even penning a VK, which is absolutely hilarious. Well, that kind of was a little bit of a weird game at that, but I can't complain. It's still a victory at that. I'm even surprised we did manage to surpass 2,000 damage, because it certainly did not look like that we exceeded that limit in terms of where we went and where the enemies went in that regards too. And we still did top on the team. Absolutely crazy. Alright, and my initial thoughts on the Annihilator, an absolutely incredible vehicle. The triple shot mechanic is extremely deadly. Even when you're not hitting all 3 of your shells into your enemies, you still can put up some pretty solid chunks and out-trade as many enemies as you want in that matter. It's a very solid vehicle. So anyways, hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video. And if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure to turn on those bell notifications while at it so you don't miss out on any new videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.